Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having an incredible weekend, whether it's daytime, nighttime, wherever you're isolated and finding yourselves cooped up watching YouTube videos. I'm so excited and thankful you chose my channel today. Before we get started, I want to remind you, please subscribe, like the video, comment. I want you guys to engage in conversation with me. Let's get into it.
Thanks for watching my dad's channel, Crypto Media. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Now, I'm looking up at some posts here from Critical Truther. He says, do more research and invest in what you believe in long term. For me, XRP is the one. If I'm wrong, then I'll live with that, but I'm not. I've spent 2+ years researching XRP and others. It took Bitcoin almost 10 years to go to 20K. XRP's day is almost here. I would have to agree with him. Thank you, Critical Truther. And yeah, I've been in the game for just over 2 years now. I got in the fall of the 2017 bull run, and I actually held through December and January, so I never saw, I was never able to pull up my profits from that. So I'm not making that mistake again, guys. And next time, I believe it's going to be a switch that is flipped, not just merely, a simple bull run. XRP Joker says, stop focusing on price. Be adamant, stick to your strategy, and remember why you invested in the first place. You've stumbled upon one of the best kept secrets in history. XRP's day will come. Leave no room for regrets. Remember, crypto never sleeps, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto never sleeps. Thank you for sharing, Crypto Joker. Another viewer here, XRP Yo-Yo. For those who are still focused on price, congratulations. You have been affected by the market psychology that's designed to throw you off. And yet we see Brad Garlinghouse at the BIS. We see Christine Lagarde talking off DLT cryptos, shaking the system. And they aren't Bitcoin or Ethereum. Ain't that right? This is a cool little meme here. New gold is here. Highly convertible, highly programmable, upgradable digital gold. Liquid like electricity. The new gold standard is here, guys. XRP. We are only days away from this happening. So there's been a lot of talk, guys, about the Bank of America having a mainstream partnership with Ripple and how they've had a patent a few years ago in 2017. But I want to go into this little video here. This guy's asking them directly, the Bank of America, is the Bank of America in the Bitcoin business? And though they're not, please be advised, guys, when they say they're not in the Bitcoin business, they're definitely in the digital assets business. And when I say digital assets, yes, I do mainly mean XRP. So let's see what he says here.
America in the Bitcoin business?
Absolutely not. Here's the way we think about this. There are two different concepts to separate here. Digital currency. We've had digital currency for years and years. A wire transfer is the movement of money digitally. Those are established. They are regulated. The practices around them are transparent. We know who is the sender and who is the receiver of everything we send. Anonymous currency is a whole different thing. And the idea around Bitcoin is to ensure that the sender and the receiver are unknown. And that, by definition, flies in the face of everything the financial system does to protect not only U.S. citizens, but the world. All day long, we'll drive for the digital movement of money. It's efficient, and we've already talked about its protection. But anonymous currency flies in the face of what the financial, of every construct known to transparency in the movement of money and how we use it to prevent and detect other really important forms of crime.
Well, so we see it there, guys. She's saying that they will use digital currency in the future, digital technology like distributed ledger technology, but they cannot support and rely and promote Bitcoin as a method of that, because the privacy of Bitcoin, the privacy of coins like Monero and Zcash and things like that aren't promoting, transparency. And I believe that XRP is promoting transparency in the marketplace, which is why many banks around the world are looking at it, and they are already onboarding with R3, with Core to Settler, and various methods. So here we go. We can keep going here. XRP price, DC forecast, may boom be here soon. Bulls trying to prevent new lows. The XRP price boom has been a major topic in Ripple news, and as we can see now, bulls are trying to keep the coin above 19 cents US to prevent a new all-time low. While Bitcoin is currently showing weaknesses and managed to fall from 75 to 6,900, we can see that XRP price is remaining relatively stable as the XRP BTC pair is stabilizing. All right, so that is good news, guys. That is very good news. All right, awesome. So here's Crypto Poet. Thanks for sharing this, man. So he's saying, we've been working with central banks for around the world. SAMA in the Middle East, Bank of England, 2 examples that we've done pilots with. This is something that we started 5 years ago. So this just shows how long the Ripple company has been working on this. And Ashish Burla here, SVP of Product Ripple, shares a little bit about how long they've been working on this front. I'm just going to play a little clip.
Technology to more efficiently move money. It's a big education project. This is something that we started 5 years ago, the conversations, the education. I think now other blockchain companies are starting to realize that you can't really innovate without taking the government and regulation in stride. We've been doing this for about 5 years.
So they've been doing this for 5 years. When, like, in the wake of this disaster, the financial disaster of this virus and everything going on in the world, like, these guys have been at it, and they've been preparing for the storm, guys. They have been preparing adequately behind the doors, making deals with banks, regulating, with regulators, doing education with banks, with the BIS, with the IMF, and getting all these hands in the door, getting all these partnerships signed months, if not years, before a crisis like this occurred, because the only way to solve this next looming liquidity crisis is Ripple's XRP. And if you don't believe that, then you got to do more research, you got to watch more of my videos, you got to just educate yourself more on Twitter, and you need to get into it more, guys. So here we go. World Economic Forum explores blockchain interoperability. I wonder what that means. Yesterday, the World Economic Forum published a white paper on blockchain interoperability written in collaboration with Deloitte. Interoperability is one of those terms that has broad meaning. Typically, blockchains interoperate with legacy systems, although these integrations usually use application programming interfaces, APIs. Additionally, smart contracts often access external data feeds, and these are referred to as oracles. Interoperability is a lot more than technical integration. The platform refers to the blockchain protocol, consensus mechanism, smart contract languages, and how users are authorized and permissioned. And the infrastructure looks at the hosting of servers in hybrid clouds, managed blockchains, and whether there are potentially proprietary components that might hinder interoperability. So guys, what do you think when they're talking interoperability worldwide? What kind of, because you can do bank-to-bank payments, domestically, that are very quick or maybe instantaneous, but for global payments, guys, you need a tool, an asset like XRP to facilitate it. And it's really one of the only coins that can do this interoperability well, and one of the ledgers that can do it properly. Flew off here. Azimo and SCB runs on Ripple for instant payments into Thailand. This is off of Ripple's main website, guys, so this has got to be going on strong. Digital payments are played an increasingly critical role in enabling people to send money home to loved ones, especially in low and middle income countries. So according to the World Bank, Thailand is one of the top remittance destinations globally, with 6.7 billion receiving from abroad each year. It is also one of the most expensive countries to send and receive money to. So, seizing the opportunity, digital money transfer service, Azimo, in partnership with Siam Commercial Bank, SCB, one of Thailand's leading universal banks, is launching instant cross-border payments from Europe to Thailand. Now, this new connection was made possible through RippleNet, Ripple's global payments network. That is fantastic news, guys. And the Azimo co-founder says more and more countries are going to instant payments. And guys, it is going to only go crazier. So it says that the settlement time, it brought down the settlement time down from 24 hours to an average of 22 seconds. It's faster to send money to Thailand than to someone else in Europe. Wow. So the news comes in the heels of a recent announcement of Azimo's launch of RippleNet on-demand liquidity service as part of their remittance capabilities into the Philippines. Since joining RippleNet, Azimo has been able to connect with new customers like SCB and expand their reach by offering more places and ways to move money. RippleNet offers sought-after high-quality clearing capabilities into markets all around the world. Yes, that is fantastic. So how decentralized is the XRP ledger, guys? Have you ever thought about that? Less than 4% of validators of XRPL are handled by Ripple. The rest are run by independent parties. I'm not going to show the video here, but you can watch it here. But they just basically talk about that how decentralized Ripple actually is, how XRP's ledger is so decentralized. So here's a really cool stat here I found. The top 75 banks in the world by total assets and Ripple. And as you can see here in the legend, here is the little note here, the droplet note, tested or joined RippleNet, and then the Ripple customer according to Ripple.com. And it sounds like I've heard in 2020 alone, the Ripple's company onboarding has increased by 20 to 30% just this year. And as you can see, there's the Bank of Montreal, Bank of Canada, PNC Financial Services, Standard Chartered, all these banks, Mitsubishi UFG Financial Group in Japan, Banco Santander, and lots of these other companies being onboarded as we speak. Is fantastic news for XRP. So I'm not going to get into this Bank of America stuff, but it says supposedly, it has been confirmed with executives from Bank of America that they have been in a direct partnership with Ripple. Now this is interesting though, here's an XRP vet. Interesting how Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, and PNC's website all say the same thing. First new payment system in 40 years. Real-time instant payments. Now guys, I can understand, if we've heard about, other companies in the States and stuff doing a killer job of creating new instant payments, but what other company have you heard of in the last 5 to 6 years that is anywhere close to what XRP Ripple has been doing with instant payments worldwide? And we know that JPM, we know what these banks have connections with Corda Settler, with R3, all that kind of stuff with RippleNet. So we know that the chances of them not using Ripple for these instant payments is ridiculously low. They're not going to be using Swift's JPI, right? That's not GPI. It's not going to work. Because Brad Garlinghouse says here on this Coil article, Swift's GPI is like putting a Ferrari shell on a Model T engine. It's a cosmetic upgrade on an old infrastructure. Messaging is still not tied to settlement. It's unidirectional, and it can't solve for liquidity. You see, Ripple is building the internet of value, where everyone moves value as easy as sharing data on your mobile phone. A way to move money instantly, inexpensively, and securely. David Schwartz has said that rapid payments create rapid settlement, and with current system, rapid settlement is not possible. That's why XRP exists, as it is a rapid settlement tool. Wow, that's crazy. And yeah, Swift has said they've improved their messaging system called Swift GPI, which, as it claims, it improves the speed, security, and transparency of payments. They say that about 50% of Swift GPI payments are credited to end beneficiaries within 30 minutes. But that's right, credited, which means that the actual settlement of funds is still not done much later. It often takes 3 to 5 days on average, so it can't keep up with the payment, and this results to trapping liquidity. But Swift hasn't also told you is that those payments are credited between 30 minutes and hours are mostly on the same time zone and in popular corridors. Swift's GPI only works in popular countries and between the biggest currencies. If you want to send money to Latin America, Africa, or some Asian country, generally exotic corridors, it may take up to 10 days for the transfer to be completed. And don't forget the huge fees you'll pay and other problems that may occur. So guys, Swift GPI is just a scam. It's not going to work. They're just trying to put a band-aid on an old system. It is not going to solve the problem of liquidity now. And who is resolving the problem of liquidity now? On-demand liquidity, guys. And it is coming fast. And they even said, guys, this Swift GPI business is 2 to 3 years out. Or they're talking about, having instant payments, guys. They are so far, they're so far behind the game. Like, I think Ripple is 7 to 8 years ahead of the game in regards to instant payments. And who's going to get adopted first? Just the speculation of Swift saying, oh, our GPI works. Or is Ripple, this newcomer, going to drop the bomb and switch everybody into this? I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick here, guys, but here we go. From CoinDesk, R3 teams up with Custodian Hex Trust to help Asian banks sell security tokens. Guys, this is awesome news. I'm not going to get into this much because this has been quite a long video. I had a very interesting point from Trump here. So I love the guy, so I've got to show his video, but here's a really quick point from what's going on in the States right now. Check this out.
But I think our country, from an economic standpoint, will end up being stronger than ever. We have tremendous stimulus. We have tremendous stimulus plans. We have things in the works that are going to really, I think, fire the country. I think that what's going to happen is we're going to have a big bounce rather than a small bounce. But we will be back. And I think, honestly, I think our country's going to be back from an economic standpoint. Again, you can never replace the people that were lost, and to their families, certainly you can never do a thing like that. But we will have succeeded in many ways, hopefully keeping the number way below our minimum numbers, and also from an economic standpoint. You know, we met with the mental health people today, and that takes this is taking a tremendous toll mentally on a lot of people.
Wow, so they're going to bounce back, and they're going to bounce back hard, guys. And how could the U.S. economy, how could the world economies bounce back? Hey, well, if they set, like Jim Rickards said, ideally the price of gold, if they went back to a gold standard, would be $10,000 to prevent inflation. So I believe that, you know, if they decided to move value like gold assets around as fast as instantly, like, well, you know, maybe they're just going to peg it to XRP, and that would allow for instant payments, for instant transactions of everything of value, guys. Because we love fast food, we love streaming. Why isn't money moving as fast as streaming services like Netflix for like information, you know, and for media? So that is the future, guys. We are living in the future. The XRP holders out there, this is not financial advice. Everything here is entertainment purposes only. But guys, start packing your bags now. We are going to the moon. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and have an amazing Easter weekend. Take care and see you in the next one.
Thanks for